Okay, I'm experimenting. Still experimenting. But I got a teachable moment happening here. All right, so I got a little bit of time before I need to get out into these real streets, not these TT streets, right? Got a little bit of time. What's going on, Luxuria oil. What's going on? Hey. I'm experimenting with a different background. This is one of the 3 backgrounds that you can get in my bio. And if you have Canva, you can move things around. This particular layout has a larger icon that you probably need to move. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you. It's one of my faves um, from my photo shoot. And so, well, from my photo shoot almost 3 years ago. But thank you. Well, there's a teachable moment in this, right? Like I said, this is just one of the backgrounds that I have made available to you guys in my bio. So if you see in my link tree where you see free TikTok backgrounds, if you have Canva, you can create your own backgrounds. I just decided to mess with this one. I did them in white, by the way, so that you have the opportunity to change them to your brand colors. Because if you leave it white, you won't be able to see the comments if you use them. I'm excited to see some of you go live and do a faceless situation. I really, truly am. And with this one, you could actually put your product in there, a great picture of your product, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many things you can do, right? And so I also wanted to tell you that we concluded our Power to Empower challenge, which is our free challenge. And that means that there are now some spaces open to join the Power to Empower program, which is our $97 a month brand and marketing incubator, where you get to hang out with me twice a month in a Zoom session with our other powerful superheroes, as I like to call them. And we get to talk through some things. Yeah, don't do it in white. Don't do it in white. Like this one is white. When you download it, it's going to be in white because it has a gradient on it. So you can change it to 3 different colors, or you can change it to 1 color or 2 colors. I thought that would be helpful, especially because some people have a gradient in their brand. Absolutely. And here's another tip. If you're doing a live and you can't see your comments just because maybe they're too small or they're doing whatever, then by all means, make sure you slide it to the right and they will get bigger. So I learned that yesterday, but it doesn't work for those who are watching the live. So I had an epic fail last night. Yesterday in my live, I decided I would do a different background, which was a quote, and the white in the design obscured the comments for the ones that were viewing it. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate you all sharing so much. Like I said, I'm going to get out here soon. I've got to run to the meal prep guy and pick up some things just to get ready for the week to come, because I don't know about you, but I feel like this is going to be a pivotal week. Okay? I feel like this is definitely a pivotal week. And so I want to thank those of you who have been consuming the content that I've been posting. Thank you for those likes. I want to just tell you thank you. What did you miss? Devin's mom, what did you miss? So I've just been trying to give you what I'm getting. And so because of that, I've now added the title content educator, because I don't want to be a content. You did, but that's okay. I'm here now. Um, so let me go through everything. So I've decided to call myself a content educator because that's what I do. I'm not an expert at all. I'm not in any shape, form, or fashion a content expert, but I'm learning and then I'm teaching and then I'm learning and then I'm teaching and then I'm learning and then I'm teaching. So you know what? Content educator fits, that tracks, right? Thank you for the hearts and the hearts. Thank you for the hearts, which are the likes, and thank you for the flowers. Thank you for the roses. Grand Rising, my darling. So the other thing that I did this morning for you all is I downloaded 12 different videos from my replays. This is how behind I am. There were like 12 videos, you all, that I downloaded that I'm going to slowly add to YouTube. Okay? Did I mention slowly? Slowly add to YouTube. So the best thing that you can do is jump over to my YouTube, subscribe, so that when those videos go live, especially the branding class that some of you didn't get a chance to attend, if you missed the branding class where we went through the 4 questions to start that conversation within yourself, you're going to want to see that. In fact, I might actually skip that one to the head of the line. Should I do that? Those of you who attended the branding class, let me know. So listen, I need you guys to go share this with 10 people right now. That's the maximum that you can share with. It doesn't even matter who they are. Just share them. Thank you, Angela. It's hard for me to say Angela. I'm so used to, for some reason, saying it in Spanish. Oh, I'm so thankful for you saying that. I super duper appreciate you. Angela. See, I will be like Angela. Yes, I don't know why it is. Probably because when I was learning Spanish, that was one of the names that kind of stuck. And then there's another one, I can't remember what it is. Is it Julia? Jennifer? Whatever, but Angela sticks, like it absolutely sticks. I love it. I love it. So, all right, my darlings. So let's get into, sí, tú hablas español, pero yo necesito practicar. Okay? I need to practice a lot. I need to practice a lot. So you guys are so awesome. Thank you. You too, Ask Devin's mom. Those of you, if you're not following Ask Devin's mom, you got to absolutely follow her. She is giving you the tea. She's spilling tea on how to do it for free. You want that tea. Go get it. Go get it. It's hot. You too. Oh, really? Awesome. Okay, so you're used to it. Okay, so you don't feel no type of way. And then I found out that Luxuria Oil, make sure you're following her, and Visionary Misfits are doing a panel together. And my soul was just made when I saw that. I'm super duper excited. So listen, I don't have a lot of time. So I just kind of want to get into this, but I want to make sure that we have everybody here that needs to be here. You're learning Portuguese. Awesome. Yeah, me and Portuguese, we couldn't build like we just, we could not build. But that is awesome. Are you using Rosetta Stone or what else are you using? I am Casey Bassett in the house. I don't know why I always have to sing it, y'all. I mean, I think I sing a lot lately in my lives, which I've already done. So here's the teachable moment, right? I want to give you two things. I am too. I can't wait to do that. Here's the teachable moment that I want to give you guys. Tasha Max in the house. If I quit shouting everybody out, I quit shouting everybody out, I probably could talk to you guys. All right. Thank you for the panda, JJ Scott. So look, I'm showing you this live background that I've created that you can get access to in my link tree, and my link tree is in my profile, right? But let me ask you a question. How many of you saw this graphic and almost didn't know that it was me? Anybody? I mean, you may have looked at the face, but how many of you saw this graphic and on site you did not know it was me? You probably had to do kind of a double take or something. Maybe. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Okay. And so this is the lesson that I'm trying to teach you all about Canva, is that I love the fact that Canva allows you, people who have started a business, who may not have a graphic designer. I'm glad that it gives you a resource and a tool. Good morning, Empress. But I'm very cautious and concerned. That's what it is. I'm very concerned about the fact that you might use 3 to 4 different templates in your content, be it static or video, and then you debrand. So I did this with intention, and I did it for 2 reasons. See, Empress had to do a double take. I tell my clients, I need to know on site that it's you. I don't need to sit there and say, wait a minute, is that her or is that somebody masquerading as her? That's not what we do over here. This is just another reason. This is just another reason why Canva can tank your commas if you're not careful. Okay? Canva can tank your commas if you're not careful. And I want you to know that. And so the fact that you engage with me, it is absolutely amazing, but you got to be careful with it. You've got to be careful with it. Like, you've got to be careful with it. I see way too many people that are debranding themselves. And here's what happens when you debrand. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that I didn't know I had debranded, right? Because I did. I absolutely used something. Yeah, it's on brand in terms of the fonts, maybe. But in terms of the overall layout, this is not on brand for me, right? Now, I can go back in and make it on brand, but I did this with intention, okay? Thank you for the gifts, y'all. The gifts really matter. Let me tell you the 2 ways that I feel like you can support someone who's doing a live and those who are creating content. Make sure that you send gifts during their live, whatever gifts you can send, right? Not the lion. Somebody asked for a lion. You know that lion is like crazy amount of coins, almost 5K coins. Or repost their content. Repost, not just share, but repost. Not just favorite, but repost. Okay? Yes, they do keep changing terms and everything else. But my main concern is that because they have all of these templates, that you, the business owner, the burgeoning business owner, the person that's creating community and curating community on these various platforms, that you're going to use all these different templates and think nothing of it because you change the colors and the fonts. And I'm like, nope, that's not how this works. That's so not how this works, because there's an underlying presence to all of those templates. There's an underlying topic, I guess you could say, energy. There we go. There's an underlying energy to every template on Canva. And that's the challenge with you using a different template all the time. Some have a corporate underpinning. Some of them have a whimsical energy. Some of them have a feminine energy. Maybe they have a lot of florals going on, different things like that. Some of them have a more masculine energy. They might be darker or whatever. And if that energy is not in congruence with your brand, you're going to be completely out of pocket. And you're going to confuse your consumers. And confusing your current consumers is one thing. Confusing your future consumers is quite the other. All right? So let's get it. Like I said, I love Canva. We use it. We use it in the office, but I did this on purpose to show you. Some of you know me, and you had to do a double take. You see Stephanie D. McKenzie, okay, but the look was all the way wrong. This is why we keep looks static. This is what's called a brand. And the brand isn't just about the look, it's about the energy as well. Some of you got access to the branding class. There's 5 components to an embodied brand. Never will you ever hear a real brand strategist tell you that all you need are visuals. Okay? Does that help? I love Canva too, but don't let Canva tank your commas. Everybody's like, I love Canva. I'm not saying don't love it. I'm saying don't let Canva tank your commas. At some point, become your own template. At some point, realize that sometimes you're going to have to strip. Let's say you want to do a list, okay? Because I'm a huge workbook fanatic, right? So I love a list. And sometimes making a list from scratch is cumbersome. So so the templates come in handy in that case. But I literally did a Canva class for some of the coaches that I was coaching and showed them how I had to strip everything off of a graphic. I had to strip everything off of a template to be on brand. It had paint swipes. We don't do paint swipes. It had little paint drops. We don't do little paint drops. We don't do whimsy. Whimsy is not a part of the energy of my brand. So I have to strip it all and just keep the list. Period. And so people get really incensed when I start talking about Canva, especially over there on Facebook. They get really incensed. I love Canva. That's fine. Love it. As a quasi designer who loves Adobe, I will tell you that there's a reason why people spend thousands of dollars to have a brand developed. It is not because Canva is all you need. I'm really against Canva and Can Do. If you really want to use Canva effectively, then use Canva. Don't let Canva use you. Make Canva give you what you need, but present you in the way that you need to be presented. It does. I love that. But it's still not enough. Even though it asks for the branding kit's not enough. I have the branding kit of all my clients in Canva. I still have to strip templates if it's not on brand for them. Okay? The brand is more than your visual. It's more than your logo. It's more than your colors. It's more than your fonts. It's more than that. So it does help, right? Oh, bless you, JJ. Yeah, I learned Adobe back in the 90s when you could only get it on Macs because I worked in ad agencies. And so that was the thing, right? I was so grateful when Adobe finally made PC software. Hey, cousin. It's Zena. So yeah, I feel like, and here's the thing, Canva will do a lot of the things that Adobe does. I just haven't taken the time to put that type of energy into it. We use Canva because it's easier for the team to edit things when we need them to go out, period. And it's easy for me if I need to edit something on the fly from my phone. That's why. So I want you to understand this because I don't want Canva with its ease and its convenience to tank your commas. And the way that it does that is when you allow it to dictate how you show up. How does it do that? When it gives you a template and you only change the fonts and the colors and add your logo. That's a debrand right offhand. I can tell you that. I've had way too many clients do it. I already know. I already know. It's literally like having somebody dress you in an outfit that you would absolutely never wear. Like there's no congruence to it whatsoever. Now, honestly, when I do a photo shoot, I love a surprise outfit. Like the last time it was a leather bustier with a tulle skirt. That was my surprise outfit because nobody was expecting me to bust out the tulle skirt, which unfortunately I had bought when I was like 90 pounds heavier and it was too big, but that's okay. That's what they make pins for. So, but nobody was expecting that. Do templates from other, I don't think so. Because let's see, we've got 12 people, we've got 5.9 thousand likes. So I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think that's the issue. I don't think that's an issue at all. I forget, Zena speaks Spanish. Sí, hablas español? Did I remember that? Me recuerdo. Yo recuerdo. I think she does. Yo piensas que tú es... Sí, ok. Estoy muy excitamente. Yo recuerdo or yo lo recuerdo. I remembered it. Is that right? I told y'all I need to practice in the worst way. Like, yo necesito practicar mi español. But I can still roll my R's. So anyway, like I said, I want to give you this, okay? Because some of you are like, yeah, Canva, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, I love Canva. Don't let Canva tank your commas. Be diligent. Don't let Canva take your commas. At some point, become your own template. Become your own template. There is a reason. Remember when I was doing the branding class, I showed you our Canva? Everything looks the same. And as annoyed, listen, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I get very tired of looking at this orange and this magenta, right? And they are specific colors. So that's the other part of this brand thing, right? They are specific colors. They have their own hexacolors. I get tired of looking at them. But I can't stop looking at them because that's creating consistency. Here's why you want to be consistent. Oh, yay! Okay. Es una cita. ¿Es una cita? Yes, es una cita. So, when you're inconsistent in the way you present, it says to a certain degree that you may be inconsistent in the way you deliver. See, nobody wants to hear this. Like, y'all, I know y'all don't want to hear this. This is why I'm going to go get my meal prep and I'm going to go to the meal prep guy and chill out because nobody wants to hear this. Because if you are inconsistent in the way that you show up, because listen, here's the thing. Consistency is not about when you show up. You can show up every day at the same time and still be inconsistent. You could be inconsistent in your messaging. You could be inconsistent in your messages, in your environment. Some of y'all, in fact, I guess I ear hustled kind of on a conversation around people that are going live on TikTok and various apps where 1 minute, or they're posting 1 minute they're talking about God, the next minute they're cussing people out. I'm like, you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. Really, you do. You can't be like, okay, we're going to talk about God and it's all holy. And then the next minute you calling everybody MFs and Bs. That's just not going to work out. Right? A lot of people do. A lot of people do, y'all. That's JJ says that's one of the biggest problems. I like to change so much. I need to stop tampering. Yes, stop tampering with your brand because you're tampering with your money. I'm just going to keep it a billion with you. And I get it. I get tired of looking at the same stuff. But until I make the conscious decision that we're going to go into a rebrand everything's going to stay the same, because that is how I show my clients and my future clients that I'm going to be consistent in how I deliver. That's also how you protect your intellectual property, because at this point, if you're consistent, when somebody else tries to do you, nobody's going to buy them. Nobody's going to buy them. Nobody's going to buy you when you try to be me. If you want them to buy you, you got to be you. And so I get it. I get it. We've got to be consistent. You haven't. You haven't seen Nike or Louis Vuitton change their brands. You have not. You have seen them do possibly, like with their products, they'll do a particular collection. But their brand is solid. Gucci is solid. We're talking about legacy level branding. This is why I get so incensed about this, because you've got companies that spend thousands, millions of dollars on making sure that they stay brand contiguous. But some of you think that you can flip in and out of various looks and energies, and that's going to be okay. It's not doing you're doing yourself a disservice. Hi, Pixie Candy. You're doing yourself a disservice. Now, when you get really good at making sure that you're consistent across your presentation, like I told you, this is a D brand. If you're just coming in, this graphic that you're seeing is a D brand. Period. Well, Stephanie, why is it a D brand? It's a D brand for numerous reasons. It's a D brand because of the color scheme, because the color scheme matches. It's missing something that's very key to our brand, which is the watermark that we put through everything. Very rarely do we do black text. We usually do white text. I could tell you how many ways this is a D brand. And I did it on purpose to show you that you almost had to do a double take. Despite the fact that it is our colors, despite the fact that it is our fonts, despite the fact that my picture's on it. Some of you did a double take because it didn't look like how I normally show up. And that matters. So I don't want you to be out here doing yourself a disservice by debranding and letting Canva tank your commas, because it will do it. Did you now? It will do it. I've seen it happen too many times, especially for new coaches. So here's the thing. The coaches, educators, trainers, well, especially coaches. If you're a new coach, check this out. Or if you want to be a coach, check this out. Probably. Can I be honest with y'all for a minute? Okay, the Canva logos, yeah. If that's what you needed to do to get through, okay, fine. But here's the thing that concerns me about Canva logos as well as clip art logos. Anybody can have access to that. Anybody can have access to that. And what you don't want, now if you changed your fonts, if you rearranged it a little bit, if you altered it and twisted it, and so it no longer looks like a template, fine. If you went in and you added your name and you left that template pretty much the way that it looked when you opened it up, yeah, we're going to have to do something differently, because I'm definitely about you protecting your intellectual property. Yay! Good. Good. The business bully's here. And the business bully will tell you, I am a fool when it comes to graphic design, when it comes to your brand, etc. Even when we're creating them, sometimes when I feel like it, I will create brands for our clients. I will do it myself. I don't give it to our graphic design partners. I don't do that. I will do it myself. And I'm like, okay. Even if I use Canva, you'll never know it. Like, you'll never, ever know it. Exactly. There's the whole thing as well. Canva won't let you trademark it because it's their, and I saw that on something before, because it's their template. So you got to be real. Hey, whoa, slow down, Pixie Candy, slow down. It's okay. I don't want to cause a Canva panic. That's not what we're going to do. We're not causing Canva panic. But be mindful because they keep changing. I think it was Devin's mom that said they keep changing terms. They keep changing what's yours. It's okay. All right? Everybody relax. Let's woosah. Deep breath in, breath out. Okay? Nothing wrong with it. But in the future, you might want to download it and slap it over to Vistaprint. See, part of the thing that I want you to get is when you're starting out, and Devin's mom can speak to this as well. When you're starting out, sometimes you make the best decisions that your money will allow. Okay? That's what you do. You make the best decisions that your money will allow. And that's okay. Thank you for those likes. My gosh, we're almost at 10,000. Okay? Just relax. Relax. Exactly, Shizzle. It's just a tool. Relax. So as you're growing, I just want you to be mindful of the fact that what you did in the beginning is not what we're going to keep doing in the middle and not where we're going to be in the end. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Because here's the challenge that I see. If you're not mindful of it, when you get ready to trademark or to do your service marks and all that good stuff, and yes, we have an attorney that does that. Our service is turnkey. There's really nothing that I don't offer our clients. Even if they want to do travel arrangements, we have not one but 2 travel agents that can support you in that. So all the things. Okay, great. So at the end of the day, if you're not mindful and you continue to use the things you used in the beginning, when you go to protect things, you might not be able to protect them. Like literally, we are going round and round about my trademarks right now. And I'm like, it's been 2 years. Can we just do this thing? Exactly. Once you start making money, but even in that, right? Make sure you're consistent. If your logo's from Canva, make sure it's consistent. If your graphics are from Canva, make sure you're consistent. Don't be blue one day and be pink the next. Don't be red one day and then be black the next. Don't use a script one day and then use a sans serif the next. Get consistent and be aggressive. Be aggressive. Sorry, pom-pom squad, just a little bit of pom-pom Tourette's. It's fine. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. But if you let Canva use you by dangling all of these templates in front of you, like come and get it, and you start using all these different templates, we can't tell who you are on site. And that is the problem. And that is the standard that I have for my clients. And let me tell you something, I will walk you up and down like the Great Wall of China if you come out of the gate being inconsistent. And like I told you, when you all come into this live, you are now my clients. So let me just walk you up and down like the Great Wall of China. That means it's a long walk, y'all. And let you know that we don't do that here. Okay? We don't do that. Absolutely. That's great, Luxuria. Everybody's learning. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to learn. It's no different than life, right? You know, when we were in a different season of our lives, we used different tools. Some of them weren't the best tools. Sometimes we were dysfunctional and misfunctional in the decisions that we made. Sometimes we made decisions that weren't best for us, but were best for others. That was a season that we're in. As we move into new seasons, we acquire new tools. We acquire new ways of being. We do new things. All I'm saying to you is be mindful. Exactly. Don't panic. Just learn. Don't get mad. Get motivated. Because somebody's going to be mad. I can't believe she said that. You need to believe I said it. Because I would be remiss to sit here and let you keep putting out 27 different templates on your graphics and then say, oh, I care about y'all and love you so much. Boo, hiss. I'm going to give you kudos and I'm going to give you correction. As long as you're in this room with me, the 11 of you that are in here, we're going to work it out. Now, when you get out of this room and you no longer want to talk to me, right? Because some of you aren't clients, you are TikTok live clients. Which is fine. I love you all the same. But if we are in a relationship, a client relationship, where there has been a transaction where you have said, Stephanie, you are now our fractional CMO. Stephanie, you are doing our brand development. Yeah, I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to keep walking you up and down. Well, Stephanie, that's harsh. Okay. Sometimes you need a little bit of harshness. Because if I came in here and I said to you, sometimes when you're using Canva, you need to think about like how it really looks, and if I came in and did that, nobody would be listening to this. So I gave you the real. Canva will tank your commas. It will tank your coins if you let it. So because I know that, let me tell you how to not let it. Let me give you the ocular demonstration of a debrand. This is my debrand. Listen, I'm just going to do what I can do. And especially if you guys are in the Power to Empower program, which is what comes after the challenge, you're going to get this twice a month. Well, kind of on a daily, but twice a month. We're going to talk about the things that matter and give you the actionable steps so that you can do the things that you need to do so that you can elevate. That's what this is about. Your brand is not about your logo. It's about your legacy. So how dare I sit here and tell you, ooh, I'm an award-winning marketer, but I'm not going to tell you Canva might tank your commas? Well, that's dumb. I'm sitting here telling you I'm an empowerment coach and I'm a content educator, but I'm not going to tell you to be mindful of how you show up. And I'm not going to tell you how being inconsistent gives that energy to the work that you do, to your mission. And it may cause people to think that you're inconsistent in how you deliver. Oh, yay. I'm not going to do that to you. I love you. Tank. I think autocorrect got you, Regina. Once I decide on the niche of my next business, I'll definitely be looking into signing with you. Come on over, JJ. Regina caught it, tank. I tell you, that autocorrect is like, ooh, go to church, pray for me. I don't think y'all are praying hard enough for me. I'm still cuckoo. So you have a wonderful day, Demon's mom. Jules driving to the gym. It did. I was like, wait, you meant tank. I got it. I love it. You have a blissful day too. In fact, you have the best day. The best, most blissful day ever. Let's have it. Let's go. So thank you guys for 10,000 likes. I want you guys, and you ladies, guys is for me, it's just everybody, okay? So I want you guys to be equipped and empowered. And I'm not going to gatekeep information. That's just not what I'm going to do. I'm not really good at it. Now, some things I just don't have the space to go into. Like if somebody says, oh, how do I get a TED Talk? Yeah, I'm not going to discuss that in DMs. That's a really long process. And you probably need to either be enrolled in Power to Empower program, or you probably need to get on a one-to-one with me, because that is something that I teach, and that is something that I teach for a dollar amount. As an aside, if you do want to do a TED Talk, thank you, Pixie. Do not get with people that can promise you a TED Talk. They're lying to you. That's happening more often than not. People say, oh, come pay me and I'll get you a TED Talk. No, you won't. That's not how TED works. It's not even how the process works. I've almost like memorized the bylaws and the protocols of the TED organization. You can't pay your way into it. If that was the case, listen, thank you, Pixie. If that was the case, then people would be paying their way into it, and it would diminish the reality that you need to apply, that you are selected for a TEDx. It is a selective process. It's not open for buy-in. You can't buy your way into a TED, but some unscrupulous people are telling you that. I had somebody ask me that, and I was like, no, I will coach you through getting on the stage. I will coach you through how to get on the stage, and I will coach you to getting on the stage, because I've coached both. I've been on this TEDx stage, so I know what that process looks like. I also coached somebody to do their first TEDx, so I know what that process looks like. But never will I ever tell you that if you work with me in that respect, that I'm going to get you a TEDx, that you're guaranteed. Nope. Sometimes they might for the actual TED conferences, But to do a TEDx is an application process, y'all. We had to apply and be selected. There were 45 people that applied for the TEDx that I did, and there were 9 of us selected. For the TEDx conferences, for the TED conference, so there's TED and there's TEDx. TEDx's are local events. They're still TED brand, right? They're just not the big TED conferences. For the TED conferences, sometimes they will seek people out. So just keep that in mind. If you say, oh, you know what? I really want to do a TED Talk. Cool. Be mindful of the fact no one can buy you a TED Talk. There's no amount of money you could pay somebody and they get you a TED Talk. It's just not going to work out. Or a TEDx. I know people that know organizers, and those organizers still won't choose them. And some of them are fairly prolific speakers. But the brand of TED is so clear. I'll just say that. Clear and demanding, I'll say. That they couldn't just be around here handing out spots on the TED stage. It is a coveted position for a reason. Will you go ahead and eat? ¿Qué comes? ¿Qué comes, Zena? Yeah, sure. What do you want me to talk about? You have a good one, Zena. Hasta luego. Which part do you want me to talk about? Because I can do it. Which Luxuria, what do you want me to talk about in terms of the firms? Let's see. Café y jamón. Jamón y café. Absolutely. I love it when you have multiple interests, when you're a multi-hyphenate, a multi-potentialite, which Emily Warpnick says in her TEDx. Why do I always acknowledge Emily Warpnick? Because I'm using her term. She coined the term multi-potentialite. So I'm always going to give credit where credit is due. Absolutely. Hey, te amo, prima. Hasta luego. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I can talk about that right now, Luxurious. So I have one coaching practice with 3 different divisions. For the longest time, I said I have 3 different coaching practices. I really don't. I have one coaching practice with 3 different divisions. So the relationship firm came first. And that's the one that came out of the marketing space when I was working with the dating site that went defunct. I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version. The relationship firm has been around for 11, possibly 12 years. I need to go back and do the math on that because for a while I was saying 10 and I think it was 11, but it's been around the longest. When I became obsessed with healing, went into my own weight loss journey and decided that healing is something you can have in the now, not in some ethereal afterlife, that's when the healing firm was birthed. Then as I began to have people come in the background, because remember, I never stopped marketing, that wanted assistance with their business, that's when the launching firm was born. But the launching firm is by invitation only, which is why it has a very basic website versus the healing firm and the relationship firm having fairly robust websites. I am always the lead coach of the firms. But with the addition of the healing firm, it became extremely cumbersome for me to decide which firm I was going to promote. So once I had the first meeting with my business coach, shout out to the business bully, it dawned on me that I had pushed my personal brand to the side. Don't ask me why, I just did. I brought that back online and I have allowed that to be the focus of everything. And so now when I'm publicly back in the marketing space, because I never left, that is the brand that sustains me. And it's all umbrellaed. Most people think it's umbrellaed by the firms. It's not. It's all umbrellaed by my LLC. So if we're working together and you get an invoice, the invoice is not going to say Stephanie D. McKenzie. It's going to say the name of my LLC. Now, if you work with me in the relationship firm stuff, like some people still come from the relationship firm because the relationship firm has brand equity. It has websites, it has SEO, it has a Yelp page, it has Google Google reviews, it has all of the things, right? And a lot of times we get clients in, we still get clients in that just come through the relationship firm. They went to the page, they went to the this, da 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 da. Okay, great. It did. It absolutely did. Thank you for perfume. So yeah, absolutely. And listen, and even my business coach said, if I would have come up with the firms, because listen, I can make firms all day. There will be more firms. Here's the deal with the firms. In a perfect world, because this is how they were created, I created the firms to be platforms for other folks, for other coaches. In a perfect world, there would be a managing director of the healing firm. There'd be a managing director of the launching firm. There's a managing director of the relationship firm. It was not for me to have all of these things. These are supposed to be platforms for other people to either pit stop or launch their own platform. Truthfully, I've been looking for someone to come in and be the managing director of the healing firm. That's the reality of the situation. So it was never created for me to have all of these things. These are platforms. Because one of the things I noticed, especially when I started doing, when I created our coaching certification program, not that I think you need a certification to be a coach, but I do think you need to learn coaching protocol because that is a real live thing. And people will expect it if they know what coaching actually is. One of the things that I thought was necessary was that I would see too many new coaches that would go through a program, come out and try to offer free coaching. And I'm like, that's not necessary. So our coaching certification program is more like a MBA and marketing program for coaches than it is come get certified. How do you sign up to manage the healing firm? Well, first of all, you would need to be a coach. And we would have to have a lot of conversations about that. Okay, JJ. But y'all, it's not a job. It's an opportunity to generate revenue because everything is already. So here's the thing. Everything's already created. Everything you could ever need is already created. Programs already created. So perfectly, if somebody was looking for an opportunity, let's say they're really into healing, they're certified in it. You know, you could be certified in Reiki, you could be certified a health coach, nutrition coach, whatever it is. And let's say you're just like, man, I just don't want to start from scratch. Then that's the conversation we would start to have. It is not a job. It is an opportunity because everything is already done. The website is done, information is done. There's probably even some things that we've plugged in. So really it's an opportunity for you to have a platform that's already built for you to build your things upon, for you to expand so that you're not coming out of the gate empty-handed. I do know that. I do know that. So that's kind of how I created the things. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the launching firm site is under construction, if I remember correctly, because at first we were going to redo it. And then again, maybe the old site is, I don't know. I can't remember. So that's the thing. That's why I can create many more firms. In fact, I'm planning a new firm as we speak. Because what I want to be able to do is to do what I do best, which is market and brand. And then I want some other people that say, you know what, this is meaningful to me too. Let me come in and work with you. This way you're not coming out of the gate empty-handed. And I feel like that is a boost to your confidence because you're not saying, oh, I'm this. You're saying, hey, I'm coming out of the gate with this. This is already established. You can always lean on my credentials. Not saying you don't have your own, but you can always lean on my credentials and what we've accomplished and the success stories that are already there. So that's in my brain how it works. Okay. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I thought I put it under construction the last time I was in it because we were going to start working on it. And then I said, the launching firm is invitation only. I'm not going to work on this site. I'm not going to make that kind of time. What were you thinking, Empress? What were you thinking? So that's how I kind of build things. Now you don't have to do it how I do it, right? You don't have to do it how I do it. But if you consider yourself to be multi-passionate or a multi-hyphenate, which is, you do many things. Some people are like executive producer, actor, singer. If you're one of those people, you have multiple things that you do, then you should probably get on my calendar, because I could probably help bring you into some form of unison with those things. Because I think what's really frustrating, if you do more than one thing, are the people that tell you, do one thing, do one thing. You need to do one thing. That's annoying to me. I'm never going to do one thing. My human design is not made. Shout out to Tasha Christie. She's also on TikTok. She's a human design expert. My human design is not made for me to do one thing. Learning that was so affirming to me, because I had been effectively hazed by one-dimensional people who would tell me to do one thing. I'm not doing one thing, not ever. I'm not doing it. Absolutely. So see, that's a very male, for me, that's a very male perspective. Do one thing. Why? If Regina wants to sell pillows, accents, walls, interior design, and curtains, then she should sell those things. Why should she only do one thing? She might want to sell houses too. Okay. Then maybe we expand the brand. See, the beauty of having a brand, right? I appreciate you, Empress. The beauty of having a brand is that a good brand can expand. If every time you have an idea, you feel like you have to go and launch another business, like literally launch another business from scratch. Now, sometimes you do, right? Because there's no congruency, right? But oftentimes you don't. If you have a brand, a good brand, a well-crafted, a well-communicated brand can expand. I can launch a new idea in 24 to 48 hours. Same website, same logo, same typography, same verbiage, same messaging, because a good brand can expand. Exactly. I think I have 11. I think I have 11 certs to count. Let me think. 11 certs? Wait. Life, relationship, bereavement, integrative nutrition, sleep science, meditation, mindfulness, TRX, senior fitness, flexibility, and I'm always missing one, but there is 11. See? It's awesome. But here's something I want to tell you, right, as a Black woman, that I didn't get the certs to validate me. And I know that happens sometimes, and I'm not saying that that's you. But oftentimes we as Black women, we will go and get a lot of certifications to validate us. And I'm like, you were worthy from the moment you woke up, from the moment you had that idea, right? Now, some of you did what I did. You just used it to bridge the gaps in your education. But I want to speak to this because I used to teach it. I was teaching senior fitness and TRX pre-pandemic. So, and I have a TRX in the house, and I probably should get on it today at some point. But I want to say this because I remember having a conversation with a woman who had been in business like 20 years. And she thought that she needed to go get a certification to be a coach. And I told her, and this is as somebody that has their own certification program, I told her, you don't need a certification. But if you want to feel better, right, go to Udemy, take this class from these individuals called Transformation Academy. Then come back to me and let me build you a brand and a company that can sustain your coaching practice. Because she was so hell bent on, I've got to get this certification basically to validate her, to make her worthy to take up space in this industry. And I'm like, no, ma'am. You might be new to coaching, but you're not new to life. There you go. Like, I have so many more certs because I've gone through them. Yeah, Udemy. Udemy is a great resource. Again, I because she was so bent, I'm like, let me get this straight. You have a bachelor's, you have an MBA, you've worked as a consultant for 20 years, helping various businesses. but you think you need a certification to move into coaching. Come on, y'all. And I remember, just as I remember talking to her, the juxtaposition of a non-black woman who was 23 years old, 23, 24 years old, who came out of the gate doing whatever kind of coaching she called it at 10 grand a pop. She wasn't worried about certification. She wasn't even worried about anything. She was taking pictures in hotel lobbies and thinking that was cool. I mean, it is, but not when you're dangling that as a carrot. I don't like luxury branding for that reason. When people show you their mansion and their Maybach and say, come work with me and you can have this too, they're lying to you. Flat out. Because anybody with sense would know that they can't make those type of promises. And a lot of people making those promises don't even own the mansion or the Maybach. I said what I said. What I say, Pixie? You said, wow. I'm just going to be honest. There's no shade. You know, I have a luxury vehicle. There's no shade here. Okay. Actually, I'm on my second one. So there's no shade here. But I'm not going to remotely. Do not hire me because of the shiny stuff that you see. If you say, oh, I really like her bag, I'm going to work with her. She can get me a bag. I can get you a bag, but it won't be the one I'm carrying. Y'all don't want to have this talk. Y'all don't want to have this talk. I'm going to go away now because the meal prep people open at 11. I need to be there so I can get my salmon, okay? Because some of them hungry hippos that walk through there, yeah, I called them what I called them. They get all my stuff, honey. I go in there and I'll be like, these folks then got all my stuff. Yeah, it's bad English, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I appreciate you, Pixie. Yeah, it's super duper superficial. So I'm never going to show you my shiny stuff and be like, come work with me so you can have shiny stuff too. Lies. Lies. Complete and utter lies. Like, that's not what we're going to do. Bye, Shizzle. I appreciate you, Pixie. Like, I'm just going to keep it a billion with you. Like, I'm not even going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it a billion. I'm so sick of that. And it runs rampant in the black community. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Let me tell you the dark side of luxury branding is that it's predatory as hell. It's predatory. Because truthfully, all of my friends have stuff. All of my friends have shiny stuff. We are not excited about shiny stuff. So explain to me why somebody would show you shiny stuff and tell you you can get it too. Who entices people with shiny things? That's what predators do. That's grooming 101. Exactly. Exactly. Y'all, I watched this thing last night on Netflix and I'm going to go. I watched a documentary about a company called One Taste. Check it out. I'm not team no spoilers. Listen, there's nothing wrong with wealth, but I can guarantee you, those people that are showing you shiny stuff, that ain't wealth. Nouveau riche people love to show you shiny things. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. Nouveau riche people love to show you shiny things. What's nouveau riche? The newly rich. Wealth often is generational. You know, I think wealth is beautiful. Y'all know I've told you that economic well-being is your divine birthright. But don't be blinded by the shiny things. And don't be blinded by people who are offering you shiny things in exchange for your time and your money. That's not a guarantee they can make. Checking the wrong receipts. I love it. That's what we need. That's what we need. And listen, I don't have a problem with shiny stuff. I got some shiny stuff, but I don't want you to hire me because of my shiny stuff. That's concerning for me. Because you may not get to the shiny stuff. I had to go through some things to get through the shiny stuff. You may not want to go through those things to get through the shiny stuff. So anyway, that's all I got, y'all. That's all I've got. We got like 8 people on the line. And you know, when we get down to the single digits, that's when the real comes out. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But yeah, I get super incensed. I had a client, that scalawag client I talked to y'all about, asked me if she needed to start making pictures in front of her Range Rover. Who cares? I serve an educated, affluent clientele. They don't care if I drive a Range or not. Most of them have Ranges. Let me see. One of them at least has a Range. Trying to think what the other ones. No, they have a Tesla and a Corvette. They have a Tesla. So I'm like, nobody cares. And there's nothing about you taking a picture in front of your car that's going to guarantee that I'm going to either get the same car by working with you or that that's even your car. Okay, I said what I said. I'm done. My name is Stephanie D. McKenzie. Hopefully, I'm still your favorite award-winning marketer and empowerment coach, as well as content educator, here to remind you to always be your own superhero in your life, your love, your business, your being, and yes, in your brand. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys so much for loving and learning and keeping it real with me. Big hugs, big kiss. Have a beautiful Sunday.